Okay. Good morning, DLs. Good morning, class. Hope you had a good evening. Hopefully, the thunderstorms last night didn't bother you. I'm just seeing if you're awake, paying attention. Okay. No thunderstorms. Nothing to forecast except good sunshine weather going on. Okay. Okay. Starting off today with your favorite RQ. Okay. So take out a piece of paper. Nope. And here it is. 7 questions. Okay. Deals, I'm going to put you on an interruption for right now. For me. Hang on a sec. Hopefully I can. Not for this. Okay. It kicks that out. So. Shh. Quiet. Let's do our reading quiz, please. Cody, turn around. DLs, right now, we are, I don't know if I experienced this or expressed this yesterday. Right now, we are having internet problems, and so we're not able to go live streaming right now. Hopefully, we can get that fixed today and be on back tomorrow. But if you've got any questions or whatever, please get in contact with me through texting or whatever. And we can get things straightened up. We're about ready to finish this chapter, and so we'll be doing a test probably, or we will this week, and hopefully on Friday starting our new chapter 10. So let me know if you need anything or what we can do, okay? Just give me a buzz somehow, okay? Can't do it on the chat line, so contact me otherwise. Okay, is there anybody not finished in here? Okay, everybody ready? Here's your answers. Maybe. I got to go back over here. Looks like 1 and 2 are the false ones. Everything else is true. Okay. We will put this on 9.3, which is coming up for extra credit. Okay. Micah. Erica. 6. Cody. Girls do not get the reading quiz today. I'm live right now. Okay. On the earring or inside? Okay. Okay. Jasmine. Natalie. Okay. Shh. Chase. Brianna. 5. Aaron? Bella? Is that what you said? Okay. Just making sure. Jose? Jason? Jaden? Emma? John? Hudson? Tyler? Please be quiet. Stay quiet. Eliana? 6? Kayla? Joey? Elias? Okay. So the only one absent today is Ariana. Today's her birthday, huh? That's why they're... Okay. Okay. Shh. Let's get into this. Okay. So, a little bit of review. What is the general term for an instrument used to measure relative humidity? Huh? Hygrometer. What is a simple device that measures wind direction by pointing into the wind? Cody, please stop. Jasmine, what's the answer to this? Then stop talking back there. Weather vane. What instrument is used to measure wind speeds near the Earth's surface? Anemometers. What is an open cylindrical glass jar with a ruler on the side that is used to measure rainfall? A rain gauge. Okay, here's where we're at. Lesson 122. The automated instruments. Start off with an automated weather station. This is technology that allows atmospheric conditions to be monitored without meteorologists at the site. Okay, so they set these up. They basically turn them on, and if you notice these panels right on the side of the main stem, those are solar, and so solar is what's keeping this going. Okay, gives it the energy to keep going. That way they don't have to go out and change batteries or fix anything or turn it on or anything, flip a switch or anything. It runs it by itself basically. Jose? Yes. Okay. Your transmissimeter. This is a device that measures visibility. Okay? The farthest distance at which objects can be distinguished. Now, when we talked about the visibility of fog, with fog, that it's a quarter of a mile. Okay? Well, they didn't get out and measure it on foot. They didn't step it off. They didn't take a yardstick and measure it off, or a meter stick or whatever. They used something like this to measure how far it was before the laser beam or whatever they're using was no longer trackable. And then that told them how far out it was. Aaron? Automatic weather stations. Okay. So they're always just trying to make things a lot easier, more sophisticated, more up to date, making their jobs easier. That's life. Then you have the Automated Surface Observing System, or the ASOS. This is a system used extensively by the National Weather Service for weather forecasting, to give up-to-date reports to the airplanes or the airports. Okay. So by this, when you fly, your pilot knows what the weather is going to be like in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, when you fly there. Okay. Or flying down to or over to Miami, Florida, or up to Minneapolis, Minnesota, okay, or New York, New York, or wherever you're going to fly to. Your pilots will know what the temperature is, what the weather's like, so that they want to know if there's a storm brewing on its path. If there is, then they will have to make a detoured route around that storm sometimes, or they will have to go above the storm and then come back down in to land. Okay, just to make the flight a lot easier for the passengers. But they're using this to help them to determine the best way to travel. Then you have the weather balloons. Instruments that measure the high altitude weather conditions. Okay, so these get sent up, and then you can measure those altitudes with this, weather balloons. These are instruments that are measuring the upper atmospheric conditions. Okay, letter B, 2B. Radiosones, an instrument that simultaneously measures and transmits to meteorological data from those weather balloons to the weather stations. Okay, so here the radiosonde is that portion on the bottom of the string underneath the balloon. That's what we're talking about, the radiosonde. Okay, am I going too fast? Okay, sounding rockets. These are those inexpensive rockets used to measure high altitude conditions. They send them up. Okay, may come back, may not. Okay, but as they're going up there, they're transmitting. There's various instruments in these things. Okay, and so they send those up. It's easier setting up a probe like this than it is for astronauts to go up, and less expensive, and still get the same information. Okay. Letter D, the ceilometer. An instrument used to measure the distance from the ground to the base of clouds. Okay, so they use this to determine where that cloud is in the altitude. Okay, is it the stratus? Is it the cirrus clouds? Okay, how far up are those clouds, etc., etc. They use the ceilometer. One way to think about that is what's this above us called? Huh? It's called the ceiling. See the connection? How far up the ceiling is, ceilometer would measure that distance, basically, putting it in a nutshell, or down to earth type of connection there. Then, They put these things into sometimes put them into the radar system used to detect clouds and precipitation. Okay, so as you see on the one on the right, the map, all those clouds are moving. This is radar, and it gives the meteorologist the idea of where these clouds are going based upon the direction that they're going. Also, it's telling them how fast those clouds are moving, okay, based upon their instruments and by different scales that they have. The different colors, as you see on the top of the map, okay, the one on the left, you have all the bar of colors, okay, tells the different temperatures that are going on, and also the possible rainfall or the type of precipitation that's mixed in with these clouds. Okay. Generally, your blue is more of snow clouds, okay, or high precipitation type clouds. You have what's also called the Doppler Radar. Okay. This is a form of a radar that can measure your precipitation, the wind speed, and the wind direction. And so with the Doppler radar, it's in a unit like on the left picture, looks like a snow cone or an ice cream cone or an egg that's just been dropped into a cup. Okay? But inside that you have these hygrometers and thermometers and everything that are detecting radar system, that are detecting all these storms, and so they're being able to watch these hurricanes that are coming about, watching the wind speeds, watching where they're at, to determine whether it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5 class hurricane. Girls, that's enough. Okay, and so they are with the radar, Doppler radar, being able to determine this. Then out way up in space, you have circling the globe, you have the weather satellites. Instruments used for tracking weather while circling the globe. Okay. A lot of times these satellites will get hit by meteors, and will explode. Okay, and then the debris is left out there, and so you have space debris going on. Sometimes they'll have to send people maybe to repair them. Okay, astronauts up to repair them. But that's what they are, weather satellites circling the globe. And there we are today. Homework 275 to 279. But now, I'm going to go on to lesson 123 and 124. We have very few things there to talk about, and we got about 20 minutes left of class to do this. Tomorrow, since you see it on the screen, tomorrow you have quiz 28. NOB. Not open book. Quiz 28 is not open book. Okay? That'll be done tomorrow. And you'll have homework being given to you tomorrow that you can be working on, but you'll see it here in a little bit. You can work ahead and get that done if you wish to, which is 9.3. If you finish those tomorrow, then you probably will be able to start your test tomorrow. Volleyball players, you're not going to be here Friday, so my suggestion is that you get that started and finish it on Thursday. Okay? The test will be open book. Okay? I'm doing probably open books the rest of the year just because of the time frame that we are at. Okay? Trying to get some things done here. Okay? So, DLs, bear with me. I'm going to switch lessons and I'll be right back. Or if I turn this way, it'll be left back. Quiet. Okay. Okay, let's see if you were listening today. Yes. What do meteorologists use to monitor atmospheric conditions without a meteorologist at the site? Huh? Automatic weather stations. Hope no one's getting dizzy here. What is a device that measures visibility? Huh? Weather clouds? No. Weather balloons go up. Transmissimeter. What are unmanned helium or hydrogen balloons carrying instruments to measure the high altitude weather conditions? Now that's your weather balloons. What are small, inexpensive rockets used to measure high altitude conditions? Sounding rockets. What instrument is used to measure the distance from the ground to the base of the clouds? A ceilometer. Okay. What instrument uses radio waves to detect objects and measure their distance? Radar. What type of radar uses the Doppler effect to measure both precipitation and the wind and direction of winds? The Doppler radar. Okay, lesson 123, our last lesson for this chapter. So summarizing our weather conditions. We have what you see, and you would see this on a weather station, a surface weather chart. These are just maps that give a summary of the weather conditions throughout the entire country at one single point in time. Okay, this is, let's just say, this was December 12th, Friday, December 28th of 2012. Okay, so on that specific day, this is what was happening. Okay, in California, obviously, you can see nothing. But there was a high pressure going through the tornado alley. Okay, right down the middle of it, hitting Texas and coming all the way up to North and South Dakota. Over in the eastern part of the country, you have another high going on. Okay, so most of the country, no precipitation, at least based upon this map, was being shown, and it shows you where the highs and the lows, and the different fronts that were going on. The occluded front. Occluded means that the line that has both the half circles and the triangles on it. Okay. Now, with the surface weather charts, you have what's called the station model. Okay. This is what a meteorologist would see to get all of his information. He's getting this from the weather stations, the Doppler radars and all that. And then he's taking that information, putting it into those weather charts. Okay? But this is what they are talking about. Each one of those signs represents a different thing in the weather. Okay? You had your cloud type, your total amount of clouds, the wind speed, the direction of the wind, the temperature, and we can go on all the way around, but you can see on that chart, each one of those numbers, signs, symbols represents one specific thing to the meteorologist. On these weather maps or charts, you have what's called the isobars. Those are your curved lines on the map that indicate areas with equal air pressure. Okay? So all the highs have all that going around them. Okay? And then you have the low over there towards the eastern coast up by New York going on. But everything around that area has the low. Everybody in the middle and western United States has a high going on based upon these isobars. The isotherms are lines on a weather map that indicate equal heat, called lines of equal heat. Okay? So basically the isobars and the isotherms kind of blend together in their usage and determination of whether things are at. With the isotherms, you are more likely to see the various types of colors, whereas the isobars, see what they're doing, they're making kind of more of circles on the map versus the isotherms. Okay? That would be basically one of the differences. So let's tackle something from your book. Okay? Let's see if we can tackle this. Using the weather map on 276 to answer the questions. So if you got your book handy, turn to 276. Okay? Hopefully, I'm trying to work it out to where we're going to use our books a little bit more next year than what we have been. So I'm just trying to get that figured out. Okay, anyway, 276, first question. From which direction is the wind blowing in New Orleans? New Orleans is down there in the southern Gulf area. Any answers? West to southeast or southwest. Okay, or southwest. Okay. Which means that's where it was coming from. Okay. What type of precipitation is falling in Fort Worth, Texas? Huh? Rain? Yep. Number 3. What is the temperature in Tallahassee, Florida? Right? Isn't it Tallahassee, Florida? Okay. What's the temperature? Huh? 74? Yep. Good. 74 degrees. Number 4. What kind of front is approaching Nashville, Tennessee? Occluded? A warm front. Okay. Number 5. What kind of weather does the map show right now in Birmingham, Alabama? Thunderstorms? Good job. See, you guys, I know my states and cities and all that pretty good. Huh? Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Number 6. What city or cities are 100% overcast? I'm sorry? Okay, Fort Worth, Nashville, Houston, Birmingham, Alabama, all those down to low. Okay, girls, you just got one check. Okay, I've asked you to be quiet once. Okay? And last question to tackle. You guys are doing a good job. What kind of weather do we think Nashville will experience in the next few hours or days? Huh? Warm? Typical of a warm front. Good job. Overcast with rain possible. If you wanted to get a little bit more specific, followed by warmer temperatures, so you got the warmness of it. You want 2 checks? Okay. Okay, so here we are, our weather forecasts. Okay. These are just predictions of what the weather will be like in the near future. Okay. So you have these people that stand up on these news stations or these broadcasts. They stand up and they say, across the western side of the United States, you'll have these going on. But as the storm is approaching the Midwest, it'll turn into this. As you have a high coming down into the weather station, and you have the low from the Gulf of Mexico meeting up, you're going to have developing an occluded front right there, and that's going to be pushing off into the eastern part of the United States. Okay, that's what those weather meteorologists are doing. They're just giving a weather forecast of what's going to happen. They begin with detailed observations of present weather conditions using the weather instruments that we talked about in lesson 122. Okay, and the radio sounds around the world to help them out. Reports are also collected from ships at sea, high-flying aircraft, weather satellites, bringing all this information, and then they put it onto these charts with their computerized systems. They do all this with what's called the supercomputers. These are computers that the meteorologists use to process all the information coming in from all over the world. Okay? All over the country, then all over the world, etc. So that they can know what to expect and when to expect it. Okay? Some of the signs to predict an approaching warm front: cirrus and cirrostratus clouds leading to the altostratus, nimbus, and stratus clouds. Persistently drizzly rain. Drop in temperature pressure. Those are just some signs, some clues of the pending weather that's coming up. To approach a cold front, you have your altocumulus and stratocumulus clouds giving way to nimbostratus, cumulonimbus, the bigger cumulus type clouds coming up. Brief but heavy rain starts forming. A drop in atmospheric pressure occurs. Here's some reliable rhymes that people have used for years. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Okay? So if they see the red sky in the morning, they know that a possible storm is coming, so beware. When clouds look like rocks and towers, the earth will soon be refreshed by showers. Okay? Mackerel skies and mare's tails make tall ships carry low sails. Okay. When the dew is on the grass, rains will never come to pass. When grass is dry at morning light, look for rain before the night. When sounds travel far and wide, a stormy day will be the tide. A ring around the sun or moon means rain or snow is coming soon. That one is true. Okay? In the Midwest, you have this happening a lot. And when you see this, it's like this big halo circling the moon. You got some cold weather coming up. Catchy drawer and sticky door. Coming rain will pour and pour. Now, why this one? This is true. Why? Because things have a tendency to swell in the cold weather. Okay? So your drawers, your doors will start sticking, and because of they're swelling. When the ditch and pond affect the nose, then look out for rain and stormy blows. Why? Because the pollen is getting brought up. Okay? And there's your homework. Okay? 9.3, 9C, and you're going to do a quiz 20, whatever that was, 28 tomorrow. So you can start on that, those homeworks, 9.3, 9C. Make sure you just get those done and get them preferably done before your Bible, or before your test comes up, okay? 9.3, 9C, tomorrow quiz 28. After that, you'll probably be able to start your test, okay? Test 28, test 9, okay? Deals, it's been a pleasure, this chapter, okay? Take care, have a great day, and hopefully we'll be back all together on tomorrow, okay? See ya.